18th Avenue, 1325.
Okay, we're in Sweet Home. Back here's the Safeway. Over there where the address is that's where they used to deal the drugs. First day I worked here at night, there was a woman passed out in her car from shooting heroin in the parking lot about 12 o'clock at night. And I'm supposing that still goes on here. Maybe that's one of their main incomes. Because as I worked there at Safeway, I started realizing that the employees there didn't do anything about these numerous people hanging out there at 1, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning. I think they kind of supported or was one on some of the customers to them dealers. And so I would talk about it and tell people about it, and they were just like, oh yeah, you know, it's just a way of life here. It's a way of life because you accept the fact that people dealing heroin and crank there at Safeway, you accepted it. Not too many survivors from doing those drugs. But as I continued on working there, I take my break around 2:30, and I would sit in my car, and people pull up, get their dope, and take off. But before the store would close, I noticed a lot of shoplifting of major items being stolen out of that Safeway. Bags and stuff. No security or nobody there at the store really cared. And that went on for a long time. And then finally you know, I confronted people myself. I was like, what are you guys doing? You know, why? They played the old, gonna attack you next time you come out here, because I had to clean that area up sometimes with a floor scrubber. And finally I talked to the manager during the day. It took numerous times before anything was really done. And then finally the police started showing up, cruising at night. And it kind of stopped. And they weren't hanging around there anymore. Some of the employees that worked there at night, you could tell that they were disappointed that they couldn't go out and get their dope. And we're not talking pot or things of that sort, we're talking about heroin and stuff. So I remember working there, one of the employees there, about a young girl, about 19, 20, and then watching, you know, this person would go out and she was hooked on her heroin. It's going to be at this light up here. And you were like, wow, man, that... She had the this guy was a pretty decent
That's it.
boyfriend. He
There it
wasn't
is.
into the drugs.
That's it.
That's the dump, San Am, sweet home,
Where's
San
that?
Am.
Just on that.
Right on. This is where we want to go.
Yep, okay, so I'm back up.
Cool. So now I know where it's at. It's pretty easy to get to.
Yeah.
I guess that's the entrance gate. No, it says employees only, so that ain't the entrance gate.
Oh, 'cause that's what the address said, 1325.
Okay, I'm just asking. I said that's not the
Gotcha.
entrance gate. That's for employees. You probably go in at that end.
Yep. All right, so we go to Safeway.
And eventually I got laid off because the company got terminated from the contract with Safeway. I think about it enough. I think this was kind of ran by the cartel. El Chapo got busted at the same time, and then we're talking all the Safeways here in Oregon, not just this one. A lot of them. I would say probably over 50, 60 stores. And so he gets busted, and so they terminate our contract first of the year. That was the last day I worked. It was New Year's Eve. And they brought in another company owned by Hispanics, and they took over. So it went from one to the other. What do you know?